much as this pains me, boy, you were right about this Deiveson Figueiredo. I mean, you were right. You're spot on. Dare I say,
Please.
you were spot on when
Thank
it
you.
came to Deiveson Figueiredo. He's phenomenal. And you saw it, right? Like, we've known he could fight, but you saw a different level to this kid, and you told the world, when the world wanted to not believe you, you once again proved why you're considered one of the smartest guys in the game. So, pat on the back, my man. You were right. Right away, he was switching stances. His team had him very prepared for the low leg kicks of Alex Perez, right? We saw Perez finish his last fight with those low leg kicks, and he was switching southpaw, conventional, landed some nice body kicks. And when he forced Perez to wrestle him, when Perez went in for the takedown, Figueiredo was actually getting taken down, tries a back trip, right? Like, they've eliminated in wrestling, that move now is illegal. You can't back trip a guy when they're holding you on the feet with a single leg, because there's nothing to break or stop you from blowing out the knee. Figueiredo tries the back trip. When the back trip doesn't work, he rolls to almost a knee bar. And then when Perez goes, oh, I know how to defend knee bar, I'm going to take his back. Perez turns to his back. Figueiredo rolls back into him, into the guillotine. And just once he got that lock, bro, you can see Perez's head was almost out, but he was able to get so much pressure on the back of the neck and the head going down. Alex Perez had no choice but to tap. And when you start to find in a guillotine choke, when you start to find space, the last thing you're thinking about is tapping, Ariel. When there's a little bit of space, you think eventually my neck's gonna come clear, I'm fine. But Perez, the squeeze was so much, it was so tight that he had to tap. And it's crazy, man, because for all that was into that fight for Perez, it lasted less than 2 minutes, and Figueiredo now moves on to the next thing in no time. It's insane to watch him take that step.
Double champion, look. This is a picture, look. Double champion.
Double champ too. Double champ.
Perry's terrible. But Perry is still dangerous, and Perry's very fun to watch. So Tim Means, how are you going to deal with this? Tim's not weak with the shots, but he does not have one-punch knockout power like Perry. Now, I have maintained and contended for you guys from day one that Perry will hit him and hit him harder, just not hard enough. My argument being, I know Tim Means. I know how hard Perry can hit, and I'm telling you, it will not be hard enough to take Tim off of his feet. Now, good news for Perry. There was only 2 wrestling exchanges in this entire fight. One was Perry looking for the takedown, which he easily and successfully got to, won him an entire round. Transferred, got to back control, looking to finish a fight. Second was in the 3rd round, where Tim was trying to take Perry down, and Perry didn't budge. Perry's got very good wrestling, very good hips. He understands space very well. He loves to stay active with his hands, but as soon as you start to crowd him, he knows it's because you're trying to come to his hips. He just takes a little hop back, digs an underhook, and it's like it never happened. I mean, I've got to give Perry a lot of credit for that, and I do have to credit Perry for the 2nd time in a row pushing through to the duration of 15-minute time limit. And before you think, Chael, why would you credit guy with something? You don't get credit for doing what you're supposed to do. Yeah, I understand that, but he's not doing anything else that he's supposed to do. He's not in a gym. He doesn't have teammates and strategists. He doesn't have workout and sparring partners. He's a Ronin right now. He's got a big, beautiful contract in the UFC for main card fights on ESPN, but he doesn't train. The fact that he's not training, we are starting to see him slow down. In the Mickey Gall fight, it was very obvious he had not sparred because he couldn't hit the target. Big, hard, heavy punches, 1s and 2s and 3s, combination, all hit the air. Tonight, he was finding the target. He found some way to improve on that. But he didn't quite have the cardio or the conditioning to put his foot down on the pedal when he needed to. Each of those 3 rounds that they went to, each 3 were judged by the officials, and they unanimously came to the conclusion, no split decision here, that Tim Means won. Well, there's ways to change that. Whenever those close fights, you put your foot down on the gas in the last 30 seconds, do what we call a sprint, you can steal that round. Some athletes back it off all the way to 10 seconds. The last 10 seconds, absolute sprint, last thing that the judge is going to have in their mind. And Perry not only didn't do that, he did not look as though he had the ability to do that. I only offer for you that that's from conditioning, and we had further evidence of the lack of conditioning by the fact that he missed weight by 5 pounds the day before. Now, guys, it is a little bit premature to start throwing the baby out with the bathwater as it pertains to Mike Perry. You have something special in Perry, and you have a special entertainer. Michael Perry is fun, and he's good. And he's better in places than we would have thought he would be. By example, the wrestling. This is the second fight he has had with guys on paper who are better wrestlers than him, and Perry got all the takedowns. And defensively defended 100% of the takedowns. Not just tonight, in his last one as well. So he's got some real raw abilities. He's also a human being who's on a clock. That's a window, and that window closes every single second. And you never know how big that window was to start with or how slowly it's going to close till you're done. You look back and go, well, that was the window in that was my career. I say this to you with passion in my tone because I see something special in Mike Perry. And he's on the 2-strike rule right now. You miss weight and then you lose. I can tell you in the Joe Silva day, you miss weight and you lose with that advantage, you are going home. And you're staying home. I think that Perry is going to get a little bit more run. When I say I think Perry is going to get a little bit more run, I have no inside information. God damn it, I hope he does. I hope that he does, but I hope that he also learns from this. I don't think he learned after the golf fight. He did everything wrong that was non-professional, but he got his hand raised. This time, he did everything wrong that wasn't professional. Not only did he lose to Means, he lost at the scale. He got beat twice this weekend. 2 things he said he would do. Beat Means, weighing at 170. Didn't do either. Not overly upset with him. He got his medicine. He's not going to get that win bonus, and that show bonus is going to be knocked down by 20%. Okay, this was a lot of work for nothing. This is the moment, though, in Mike Perry's life. This is the time he asks himself the hard question. What changes am I willing and going to make so this doesn't happen again?
Musty.
That was that easy.
Don't hurt him, Alex. Shut him out. Shut him out. Get up, Steve. Back up. Go to the double leg, Steve. Take it out, Steve.
You know, there's nothing quite like when you have a great workout and then you scratch your balls and sniff your fingers. That smell of like fucking, that's close to victory. I think my balls smell like victory. I need to perspirate more of that on more of me.